All right. Well, and yet another example in the Ultima series of having to do Lord British's dirty work for him. Here is Ultima 3 Exodus by organMike.
That is what we do around here. Hello all, I am organMike. I am streaming to you from Treaty 1 territory where I live, work, and play. Treaty 1 territory is the traditional homeland of the Anishinaabe, Ininu, Anish-Innu, and Dakota, and the unceded territory of the Dakota peoples, and it is the heart of the Red River Métis Nation, which to acknowledge with respect and reverence the care and caretaking of the land of those that came before, and acknowledge the harm that colonialism has done to them and continues to do. With that heavy topic out of the way, we have a completely different setup here. We are doing some 1983 fantasy role-playing game. The Ultima series has set itself up finally firmly in the fantasy department, and we are headed into Exodus. The story being we have defeated the evil wizard Mondain and the dark sorceress Minax, and they have created this thing they left behind called Exodus. A great island of fire arose from the middle of the ocean, and bad things have been happening since. First thing we need to do, press spacebar as it suggests. If I say journey onward, it will say there's no party, and if we're here for a party, so we can't have that. We need to organize a party. A party without organization, just as a bunch of gifts being handed around, I suppose. In case you're curious, we can create up to 20 characters, but we can only take 4 out at a time. So we're only going to create things the first 4 slots here. Anyone has a suggestion for a name? I will gladly take it. I've got 2 wizards and 2 druids. So I'm looking at chat right now. Host, if you got any suggestions for name, I will take them. Otherwise, I'm just going to start filling in random names. And I can explain this in my hands while we're doing that. This is a stylus. Over here, to my right, your left, is a tablet. The tablet has a spreadsheet on it, which I will be using to keep track of equipment that I find. That should give you enough time. I see Shaq. Shaq, of course, is male. And, of course, Fuzzy. According to the booklet, fuzzies are like extremely tiny Ewok-like creatures, so that's hilarious. Shaq is, as we all know, a wizard. Character 2, any suggestions? Going once, going twice. All right, I usually have a wizzo. Also, note, this is 1983. We have choices of male, female, and other. 40 years ago, we could do this, people. So, anyway, also a fuzzy wizard. The stats. Strength determines how much damage you do when you hit something. Dexterity determines how likely you are to hit something. It also determines how likely you are to disarm traps and treasure chests and steal treasure chests, 2 things we will not be doing. Intelligence is only important for characters who cast wizard spells, and that is like wizards. It determines their maximum magic points. So, with a wizard, maximum magic points is equal to intelligence. So, 25 intelligence means 25 magic points. The other 2 characters we are creating are druids. They use both intelligence and wisdom, and they can cast both wizard and cleric spells. However, they only get half the magic points that a wizard would. They get half of whichever their intelligence or wisdom is greater. So you might think that, okay, well, I'll give them 25 in one, 5 in the other, good solid 12 magic points. Actually, I'm going to be giving them 20 and 20. I'm waiting for a name. So 20 intelligence and 20 wisdom. The intelligence will determine how many magic points they have, and until they have half their I see Gooby in chat. Until they have half their wisdom in magic points, they'll be regaining magic points at twice the rate. The race doesn't matter for them. Could make them any race at all. Race doesn't really matter at the start of the game. I need one more druid name. Race doesn't matter at the start of the game. It only matters at the end when we're building up stats. It determines your maximum stats at the end of when you're building stats up. Druid is. Drew can be another other. Fuzzy druid. 5, 5, and 20 and 20. There we are. All right, so we have our register, but we still don't have a party yet. We don't have a party. Now that we've created our characters, we have to form a party. Because the game has to know which of those 20 characters we're taking out into the field. We can return to the view and see this lovely scene unfold before us. This is the graphics you're going to be looking at for the next half an hour or so, people. Stylus in hand, tablet ready, making sure it's not going to accidentally shut down on me. Journey onward time will begin when I hit enter. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. The first thing we do is we're going to step south 17 times. And it's okay, I'm looking for actual landmarks here. But it's an easy thing to count. And this is a dungeon. This is what dungeons look like. That's a secret door. I'm not going to be showing them because it's slower. The Apar Unem spell, Cleric spell B, which you'll see me cast a lot of, opens treasure chests without the chance of triggering traps. It does have a chance of failing and not giving me anything at all. So this is our opening grind. We have to get money. And the more money we get, the better. So in this... Oh, there's a mace. I have to write that down. In this dungeon, there are, in fact, 6 treasure chests that are very easily accessible. With no threat, really. Dungeons are 8 levels deep. On the top floor, you will only be fighting orcs and orc types and skeleton types. And I call them types specifically, because if you see a fight happen, you will see it being named, might be named, it won't be named gremlins, goblins, orcs, or trolls, and they'll all have the same icon, the same sprite, and the same character stats. For the undead, it's skeleton. Oh, hello, chainmail, thank you. Finding chains in a dungeon, go figure. And finding, you'll be fighting skeletons, zombies, or ghouls. Again, all with the same sprite and the same stats. The first spell on the wizard and cleric list, leather for Drew. Leather in a dungeon, chains in a dungeon. It's a good time. All right, told you this was a party. There was a moment there. Yeah, leather. Oh, great. That's armor. It's not just random pieces of leather. That's actually a suit of leather armor. First level. Oh, here, we'll get to see it. First level wizard spell, A. Just kills orcs, goblins, and trolls. Just straight up kills them. If it works, which sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just fails. We'll have dropped a treasure chest. Good. And we're out again. Spells in this game. There are 16 of them for each class list. I don't have to write down cloth. So 16 wizard spells, 16 cleric spells. There's a lot of duplication between them, and actually it's a little bit unfortunate if you're a magic user type like me. So I don't have to write down daggers either. An axe I do have to write down. So yeah, the spell system works. If you want to find out how to cast a spell, you need to know, do you have the magic points for it? That is the only requirement, is if you have the magic points. And the magic points, again, determined by your stats. And you can see they regenerate over time. Okay, yes, the actual formula. Convert the letter of the spell from A to P into a number between 1 and 16. So A would be 1, B would be 2, and so on down the list until you get to P is 16. P at 16. Then you reduce that number by 1, making A 0, B 1, and all the way up to P at 15. And you multiply that number by 5. That's the number of spell points it takes. So spell B takes 5 points. Spell C would take 10. Spell D, 15. And the spell you've been seeing me use with the wizards to get out of the dungeon, Sir Akron, is spell E. It costs 20. And it moves us up a floor in the dungeon. You also saw me use wizard spell B in combat there. A two-handed sword. Thank you. That's worth a fair bit of money. Wizard spell B is a magic missile. That will come in very handy throughout the game. I thought at one point maybe to use clerics instead of druids. But druids recover their magic points faster, and the way the run works, and the way most of this game works actually, is that you use the bottom of the spell list a lot more than the top, so it's more important to get your low-level spells back faster than it is to have access to more powerful spells. The math just works out that way. That was a nice repond. If I get a bad fight like that, I'll reset, because they take time. And they use up my resources, and sometimes they beat me up. If you're wondering why I would reset, I mean, again, for time situations, but I would only be resetting, I wouldn't be resetting very far back. The game has an autosave feature. Every time we change map, like every time we leave the dungeon, every time we go back into the dungeon, every time we enter a town or a castle, the game will save. Unfortunately, oh, that didn't work. St. Pontori, those spells sometimes just don't work. Uh-huh. Wizzo, come on, there we go. All right, now I've got to wait for my magic points to come back. Okay, I know where I am. Oh, I cast that way too soon. I have to wait for my wizard's points to come back. Please give me a good... Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A fight like that would be one I would just retreat out of. I would just reload, and it would load me back in right at the entrance to the dungeon without whatever gold I'd picked up that particular run. That autosave feature is going to feature rather prominently in the one major glitch that we do in this run. I say we, I'm the only one who runs this, so if you're interested in picking up a new speed game, by all means, come join me. It's a lot of fun to do. There's a lot of different routing you can do. This is the final form my route has taken, but I used to have 2 other different grinds that I did. There's 11 different classes. You can do challenge runs with different classes. There's lots of options, is the point. Hello, there we go. We're still working on this here. Zip out. We have 40 chances to go and grab some money. We're getting 6 chests every time. Each chest gives a random amount of money between 0 and 99 gold pieces, so on average 50. So on average, every trip gives us 300 gold, times 40 is a good 12,000 gold. Oop, that's not right. Fingers, please, type the right numbers, or letters. Come on. So that autosave, of course we can force a save. There's a manual saving feature, or button. It's Q for quit and save. There's no quit function. If you want to quit, you have to close the game. And you will see me doing that. We're at 4-4, okay. If you're wondering why I say about 4-4, if you look at the top of the screen where it says level 1, when I exit, you will briefly see 2 different numbers there. Those numbers represent the phases of the moons, from 0 to 7. 4 is the full moon, so we currently have 2 full moons, 4-4. The moons represent the opening and closing of the moon gates, and when both moons are new, that is 0. The mace for Gooby. Write it down in a moment, right now in fact. When both moons are 0, the Town of Dawn appears. It's like Brigadoon, it only appears at certain specific times. Deep musical cut for my musical friends. Okay. We're getting close to the end of the grind here. Join gold to 2. How much have I got? 8,000. I joined very late. Joining is the equivalent of pooling the money. Everyone has to carry their own stuff, their own equipment, their own food. You can see the food number ticking down in the bottom right of everyone's status screen there. It's now 111 for everyone. If it reaches 0, anytime it does a food check, it deals 5 damage to the character for starving. We will be using that. That is a thing we will be using because this game autosaves in 2 conditions: when we enter or leave a submap, and when a character dies. This helps prevent save scumming, because the game automatically saves when you do something foolish and you get someone killed. One of the things it saves is whether or not we are on a boat. This is important. If you were to, save your game in the middle of the ocean, and then reload, and it didn't save if you were on a boat or not, you would lose your boat, and you'd be stranded in the middle of the ocean. So this is an important feature of the game. So really, what we're going to do is we're going to get the game to save us being on a boat by forcing a death of a character The other catch is that the game can't save your position on a submap. It only saves it on the main map. So if you enter a town and lose a character, that character dies, the game saves the state of the character roster, but it will save your location as being on the main map. A bow, thank you. And what this means is that when I go into a submap, in this case, the Castle of Lord British, get on a boat, and get one of my characters killed, the game will save us being on a boat at the entrance to the Castle of Lord British. And you'll get to see a boat glitch. Watch as I create a boat out of nothing but janky code. You can all be amazed. I think that's the spot I'm in, yeah. Yes, okay, good. Zoop out, thank you, Shaq. We'll go one more. It's dark. And it will remain dark because lighting the place up is slow. Okay, I'm going to put my stylus down, and we're going to walk to the town of Dawn. And here it's 1, 2, 8. Ah, I was on it. Ah, I missed it! Shoot! Actually, you know what? We're going to reload. Show you how that works. Close the game, reopen the game. Turn the volume off. I was in the right spot and then stepped off it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is, the town of Dawn. Here we are going to sell all those weapons and armors. So here's the armor shop. No, we don't need a list. That's why. Oh, you don't have any. Just got a bunch of cloth. That's fine. No, sell. We've got chain. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 leathers and a bunch of cloth. That's the reason I keep track of it, because having to redo those conversations is actually slower. So it's much faster for me to keep a list of what I've picked up. The bow, 2 axes, a sling, and then we just sell daggers until it tells me I don't own one. No, sell, 2-handed sword, an axe, a mace, and daggers. And now we've got a bunch of money. We've got so much money we can't join it together. It says no more room. That means that that character would then be holding more than 10,000 gold, which is not permitted. That's to keep it from rolling over. In the Commodore 64 version that I grew up with, you could roll over your money. It was not a good thing. Anyway, we bought some keys, powders, and gems. This is a locked door behind the stables. We can unlock it. The merchants don't like us going behind the counter. Eat death, scum, it says. And then, yeah. Merchants attack us. This will bring the guards after us. Guards don't care who started a fight. They just come after you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hostile creatures in the game make a beeline towards you. By standing in that exact spot and moving and passing 13 turns, the guards have found themselves stuck inside the weapon shop, and I can walk away freely. You'll also notice the NPCs are only moving every other turn. That's the point of a horse. That's how the game makes your horse faster than NPCs. It makes them only move every other turn. We're going to take this horse over here. We're going to hand off Shaq's food to Drew. There we go. And go into the castle. This is the Castle of Lord British. You'll notice every so often Shaq takes damage for starving. That's fine. Like I explained the boat glitch. We're going to force Shaq's death on a boat. This guard follows but does not attack. That's fine. Guards are pretty rough customers. And you'll see towards the end of the game, I'll do a little bit of grinding on them. We're going to board the boat. We're going to attack the guard. We're going to stick Shaq right there where he can get easily pummeled by 3 guards. You'll notice they can attack on diagonals, but I cannot. There we go, killed. Now we just leave the game and come back into it. And we're on a boat. Also, we're healing the dead body of Shaq. Frustratingly, the wind exists. This was maybe the worst possible idea for this game. You cannot move against the wind if you're in a boat, and if the wind is calm, you can't move at all. And it moves in real time, just to make life really fun. The wind shifts in real time. We are going to buy 600 rations. We're going to hand off food to the dead body. We're going to hand off food to Wizzo, 150. We're going to hand off food to Gooby, 150. There we go. And also we need to raise the dead. You'll notice in the top right corner of Shaq's information bubble there is the letter D. Everyone else has the letter G. Now Shaq does as well. D stands for dead. There's also P for poisoned and A for ash. A for ash is something you really don't want. It only happens if you try a resurrection yourself with a high-powered cleric spell and it fails. So that's the only time you have to deal with A for ash. But anyway, this game also has an other command to allow you to use a text parser to type in other commands. In this case, dig. We found exotics. The exotic weapons. The exotic weapons can be used by any class, which completely negates the fighter's advantage of being able to use any weapon. Same thing with the exotic armors. We're going to peer at a gem. This gives us a map of the overworld, and I'm looking specifically for a little node like that. You can see, like, there's my horse. There's the castle of Lord British there. It's a very small map. It's only 32 by 32. That right there is an entity on the water. Specifically, that is the whirlpool. It also moves in real time, frustrating me all the time. But I can make it stop by... Oops. There it is. I want to hit the whirlpool. You awaken on the shores of Forgotten Land, your ship and crew lost to the sea. We're going to wear our fancy exotic armor and ready our fancy exotic weapons. If you do not have exotic weapons, you cannot hit with a hand-to-hand attack in the final dungeon. If you do not have exotic armor, every enemy's hand-to-hand attack will hit you. No exceptions. So, that is something we want to make sure we have our hands on. We're going to stop time here with the powder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because it's better than fighting. Faster than fighting, certainly. This is a shrine. We get told to search the shrines. We find cards with strange marks. We're going to negate time again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It only lasts for 10 turns. And remember, enemies can move on diagonals, and I can't. But they make a beeline. So they always move as straight as possible towards you. So with a winding corridor like that leading out into an open space, we can leave them behind in the winding corridor, and they will never find us. Up here, another locked door. And another locked door over here. And there's one more a little bit further, but we have to get a boat first. The reason we do the boat glitch is so we don't have to fight pirates. We would have to wait for pirates to generate on the overworld map. I play the first 4 Ultima games. This is the only one I consistently use a glitch in. Because there's no way I'm sitting around, especially in a marathon setting, and waiting for pirates to spawn in. It has taken me half an hour before to wait for them. 4 pirates is good. We're going to search this so I don't forget. But this is the Shrine of Intelligence. That's not how you spell search. This is the Shrine of Intelligence. So we enter it. We offer 60 gold. That then gives Wizzo 60 more points of intelligence. We're going to do the same for Shaq. Give Shaq's 57 more points of intelligence. Wizzo has hit the important for the speedrun number of 85 magic points. You'll notice their magic points are going up above 25 now. 85 allows us to use wizard spell J, which is called Folow Divi. Folow Divi gives you access to the cleric spell list to cast any spell that you have enough magic points for. Of course, it costs 45 itself, so 45 magic points then gives us 40 remaining to play with, and that 40 that we can play with gives us access to spell I, which costs 40, called Sequitu, which takes us from the bottom of a dungeon or wherever we happen to be in the dungeon and immediately sends us to the surface. It's a very handy spell. Especially because we need to go to the depths of several dungeons. We need to go to the depths of several dungeons. That's an accurate statement. All right, we're heading over here to our final card. I got shot by the pirates. I lined up poorly. I'm going to use Noxon, which does damage to all targets, but can do 0. And just because it damages him doesn't mean it kills him. So yeah, having all those magic points will come in handy. The final search here. So all that money grind is necessary. Go, unlock this door. There we go. And there's our way back, the other whirlpool. Boom, back to the surface. Down here, we're going to go to our first dungeon, if the wind will let me. Thank you. That is a moon gate. We don't want to walk in there. We're going to use the Door Akron spell D from the wizard list, to get all the way to the bottom of the dungeon. Pyrita gem, see where we landed. Okay, I need to get to the lower left corner. My path is 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Here we go. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, and then 6. Normally I would have everybody touch the hot wall, but we only need Shaq to touch it. This gives us the Mark of Snake. So yes, we find these walls in these hot walls in dungeons. We now can sit on a treasure chest because we can't get attacked. I never explained that. The game will not start random encounters in dungeons unless it has a place to drop the treasure chest. So if you're standing in a doorway, if you're standing on stairs, if you're standing as I am right now on a treasure chest, the game will not drop any JI, there we go, will not drop or will not start a random encounter because it can't drop a treasure chest there. So it means you're perfectly safe so long as you're standing on a safe space. We're going to use that Mark of Snake, yell Evocare, boom, we get through the snake. That is Castle Exodus. We don't want to go there right now. That is a moon gate. We're not going to take it. We're going to cast spell G, Dag Akron, which moves us to a random location on the overworld map. You might think it's useless. That is its only use right there. Possibly a very fast escape if you're faced with something you don't want to fight. We are going to go over here. We're going to head into the Dungeon Doom. That's what it's called. Welcome, fools, to your doom. And we're just going to Door Akron our way down to the bottom. That is a group of Bradles, or Bradles in this case. We'll try it, but it's going to go very badly. We're going to cast my favorite spell, Nacorp. Nacorp reduces all targets to a single hit point. And it does not miss. That's the best part about it. So my Magic Missile spell, which also doesn't miss, and also always does at least 1 point of damage, is suddenly extremely useful. 3, 1, 2. Dragons. Okay, I'm out of points. I can't fight that. Unfortunately. But the game does save right at the surface where we went in. Okay, this is 2, 1, and 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. This one is everybody touch the hot wall. Step out. We are standing in a doorway. We cannot get attacked here. Wizzo has 85 points, and out we go. Now we need to walk back to the Castle of Lord British. I could take my chances with a spell G, a wizard G, but we're not going to right now. We're going to go to the Castle of Lord British. We are going to grab our horse. We are going to grind some levels. Again, if I'm doing this for PBs or for world record, I don't get levels here. We go in at level 1. The only advantage levels get you are hit points. So we're going to stand here. We're going to recover my magic points. You get 100 hit points per level. You start at level 1 with 150. Every level above that gives you 100 more hit points. Hello, orcs. Sure, I'll fight you. That was easy. There we go. We don't need the treasure chest. We're going to change our order. So Wizzo is in front. Sorry, Shaq. But Wizzo's going to start with a Nacorp. Going to kill a bunch of guards. Guards are the best experience I can get for easiest fight, I suppose you could say. I want to try and spread the experience around. Go. But of course, guards only occur in towns, and that has the unfortunate implication of the fact that the other guards are going to come after us. So kind of need to be fairly careful when you do these. Gotta make sure you got enough magic points to finish them off. Everyone is level 2. Wizzo, grab another level. There we go. And we're going to stand here, pass a few turns. I often use the board command instead of passing because, enemies walk up to us. Let's see, A, didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Enemies walk up to us while we're passing turns, and the pass turn gets buffered. The pass command gets buffered. So we're going to negate time. This is going to stop the skeletons from moving or attacking us. We got 10 full rounds in which to just beat on them. Go. Try and save my magic points so that I can get to that 70 plus point threshold. Attack the corp. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Wizzo has enough points now. Wizzo can now take the lead on the Nacorp. Shack, thank you. How far are we along? 142, 146, 181. Okay, Shack's going to level up this time. Good day. Good day to you. It seems like a really good day to punch you in the face. It's funny how many of these games I actually end up attacking jesters and or guards. Pass a bunch of turns. Now, the other fun part about the game, the enemies can't move through treasure chests on the map. That forms a permanent block for them. Cannot get past that, so I can just stand here, and it's just going to sit there impotently staring at me. Angrily. Oh, we've already got our points. Okay, let's kill him. Boom. Everyone's at level 3. Great. We're going to head back up here into Lord British's castle. We're going to claim our levels. I'm going to leave the party organized this way, though it doesn't really matter. Welcome, my child, thou art greater. Your maximum hit points have gone up by 100. If you talk to him again, he says, welcome, my child, experience more. Just, go out there and learn stuff. Okay, we have one more mark to get. The mark we got at the bottom of Dungeon Doom was the mark of force. We need the mark of fire. And the mark of fire is found in several places, but this is the easiest one to get to from here. We're going to cast Doracron. We're going to peer to gem. Excellent. Back up 1 and head down. 1, 2. Go back. Descend to floor 8. Go back. Turn north. 1, 2, 3. Everybody touch the hot wall. And we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and climb back up to floor 2. Because I can go all the way over here to the west, all the way to the north, and there's a drinking fountain, which will heal me. And now I can just get out with a couple of Sir Akron spells, and we're ready to go fight Exodus. We need a moon gate to get there. We left the boat. Oh, those are some fighters. I can ignore them. I can move faster than... Wow. I can move as fast as they can. That's demons. I'm getting a lot of random encounters. Can I get... I'm not going to get to the moon gate in time. Okay. That's rogues. What is going on? Rogues will come. That's fine. Okay, and that will keep anything else from attacking me. So we're going to wait here until the moons cycle around. There's the Whirlpool. Hi, Whirlpool. This moon gate will open when the first moon is at phase 3, and it will go to phase 1, 2, or 3. Yes, it will go back to itself. We want phase 2. This little corridor has only the moon gate of phase 2 north of us, and the moon gate of phase 4. We want 4 to 5. Boom. And there's our boat acts as a bridge, so I can get right to this spot. We are going to quit and save. And I'm going to go in, and I'm going to make some copies of the game files. Because again, the game will autosave if a character dies. I don't want that to happen. I still want to finish this run, even if a character dies. This is Castle Fire. This is lava. We're able to walk over it because I have the Mark of Fire. This is a force field. I wouldn't be able to walk through it, except I've got the Mark of Force. That's a dragon, and because I'm on a horse, I can outpace it. It is shooting at me. You'll also notice random explosions appearing. Those random explosions will hit us once in a while, and they do a lot of damage. Dragonfire also does a lot of damage. We're going to start with a Nicorp, and we're going to roll it up with a Noxon. But that remaining dragon has 1 hit point, and it will die immediately. Thank you, Shaq. We're going to modify our order, put Shaq in the front, and we're going to stand here and do what those random explosions are supposed to stop you from doing. Stand around and regain your magic points. Those random explosions are really there to stop that from happening, and guess what? We're just going to do it anyway. We've got 2 druids there with 10 magic points, which is the cost of the heal spell. If we need it, I will be using it. But if I don't need it, if Shaq can reach 75 points without me getting exploded, I won't be needing to heal. That is a good reason for grinding. There we go. And there we go, Nicorp, Noxum. Sometimes the Noxum will wipe out the entire enemy party, and that's just great. That was a fantastic pair of dragon fights. You cannot avoid those dragons. And the other thing you can't avoid, the infamous floor. We are fighting the floor. The floor doesn't have a lot of hit points, so it's not too hard to kill. But you do have to know, if you want to fight it, you have to know something about the way the game's mechanics work. Now, the game, when enemy in hand-to-hand range, will always attack the highest character on the list, so the one with the lowest character number. There's one attacking number 2 is probably right in front of player 2. There? Nope, okay. There? Yeah, okay. Now I know. And of course, as I said earlier, enemies can attack on the diagonal. It's not fair, but oh, there was an explosion that just randomly hit us. We'll heal a bit to make sure Wizzo has enough magic points, or hit points, we're fine. Enemies will attack on the diagonal, and they will attack whoever they can get to. Here's another fight of floors. Use my magic missile spell. And form up my ranks. That is why I put characters 1 and 2 to the outside, because then they're getting hit slightly less. Player 4 not equipped. Okay. Go. Maybe that was the situation. I can also change the order to put characters who are most in danger of dying towards the back. I don't need everyone to survive, but it's a lot easier for the start of for these fights if I do have a full party. 2 down, 1. Wizzo has another spell. Use it. Thank you. We got one more flight of fours. One more fight of floors after this one. It's hiding right there. Step down and start attacking north. We are almost done. Time will be when I insert the last card, and that will make sense. Oh, there's 3 on player 2. That's bad. Step back. Hope it steps up. Player 3 hit. That means there's one directly in front of player 4. Good job. There we are. Okay. We use that other command again. Insert. And they have to go in the right order. If you put the wrong card in, it instantly kills a character. Watch. Boom. Dead. Shaq is now dead. And so is Drew, because I inserted... Yeah, because I would have inserted in the wrong spot. One more to go after this one. Ready on time, please. And this is... time. Less than 20,000 moves is a fantastic time. Or fantastic move count. And that is Ultima 3, Exodus. And so it came to pass that on this day, Exodus, hellborn incarnate of evil, was vanquished from Sosaria. What now lies ahead from the Ultima saga can only be pure speculation. Onward to Ultima 4! Which is a very fun game, too. So yeah, that's how Ultima 3 works. If we have a little time, I can reset the game and show you how to kill Lord British if that's of interest. If not, I can sign off. Thank you for having me. So, whichever it is, host or timer or someone like that, if you'd like to let me know if we want to do a quick kill Lord British run, takes about 5 minutes. If not,
sure, why not?
Okay, sure. I know we're running ahead, so I can at least offer some use for that. I have a little program here that I use that just overwrites the game with a fresh copy. So we come back here, journey onward, no party. Got to organize party, no one in the register. We're going to create characters. I'm not going to bother with names. I'm going to make all wizards this time. Wizard. It doesn't actually matter. It just makes what is Lord British? Lord British is the maker of the game. It's the pen name of Richard Garriott. Form the party. There's no one in spot 45, of course not. All right. And if you want to time it, you can. Lord British is also sitting on the throne in the castle. He's the one who gave us levels. He's a character in all his games, and usually he makes himself invincible. So, okay, if we want to time it, in case we do, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Turn the volume off immediately. Walk over here. Go straight south, because we're going to go to the town of Dawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 from there. I'm going to sit here entering nothing until Dawn appears. But we're going to hand off armor to character 4. Armor. And join gold to character 4. Character 4 should have 600 gold and 4 cloth armors. Yep. We're going to sit here entering Dawn. Or we're going to get a fight with giants. Titans in this case. Cool. That's not supposed to happen, but you know what? RNG will RNG. We have a lot of magic points we can throw around at them. There we go. Killed them all without them bothering us. And hey, enter the town of Dawn. We're going to go sell our cloth armors. We're going to buy a bunch of powder. Oops. Buy a bunch of time-stopping powder. And we're going to buy 2 keys. You can also do this with a horse. But we don't need a horse. Obliterate the British. All right, we're going to try that. That's where the guards hide, by the way, if you cause problems. They just come pouring out at you. Hey, we're going to head back north. I swear before those new moons rise again, I will have destroyed Lord British. We'll take on the Tyrant British, as he is referred to by people who don't like him. Head up here, and the first thing we need to do is, as I do in many of these games, I'm going to kill a jester. There we go. Lord British is going to come after me. We're going to negate time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to let Lord British come at me. Darn. Okay, got to figure my way around this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There he is. Good. As long as he's in there, I can get him to come at me. There he is. Unlock the door. Negate time. That's why we need all this powder. And he's going to be chasing me. Remember, he can move diagonally and I can't. And if he gets into a fight with me, I will lose. But I have a ship, and ships have cannons. And this is time. Lord British is destroyed. And that is how you kill Lord British in Ultima 3. Right? So that's Exodus. We provided a fair assessment. We destroyed Lord British, we destroyed Exodus. Everyone is free now. I call it regicide percent. My record is just under 2 minutes. All right. That's it from me. What a wonderful cause. I'm happy to be supporting it. So hopefully we'll see you for the rest of the marathon, and we'll catch you again next time. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, organMike, for that wonderful run of Ultima 3 Exodus. We're going to go to a brief intermission here, guys, but we got all of our technical difficulties straightened away for the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past any percent. So that will be coming up here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere, guys. Running for Reals will be right back.